Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, नाम संकीर्तन की, जगन्नाथ पुरी धाम की, जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी सुदर्शन की, साक्षी गोपाल की, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मुखं करोति वाचालं मंगलं लयते गिरिं यत्कृपातं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदेवतां। So welcome everyone for the second session today. And in next 1 hour we'll start for Sakshi Gopal, a very very beautiful deity. If I'm not wrong, Sakshi Gopal is 6 feet high. Huge deity, huge, very beautiful. I don't know how many of you are realizing also that what great fortune has come in our life when we came here to Jagannath Puri. And it's only by the mercy of A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Or else, what qualification we have to enter this place? This place is called as University of Prema, Krishna Prema. Tomorrow morning we'll hear from Madhavanand Prabhu what is this university all about. Very deep, very deep. And here all the deities that we are going to visit, all the deities are always alive. I mean, they are always lively, doing various pastimes. But these deities are even more special. Even more special. So let's see how Sakshi Gopal is special. Let's get into the pages of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Lord Chaitanya was traveling from Navadvip to Jagannath Puri. And on the way he visited different places. And one day they came to Sakshi Gopal. They danced, they sang, the entire team, headed by Lord Chaitanya. And as it was evening, everyone sat like this. And Nityananda Prabhu, he said, I will tell you all about Sakshi Gopal. Because previously when Nityananda Prabhu, in his childhood, when he went for the entire Bharat pilgrimage, Yatra, not just one place, entire India. So at that time, he had visited this place, Sakshi Gopal. And there he had heard the significance of this place from people around, the local people. And Nityananda Prabhu said, I will tell you all about Sakshi Gopal. Can you imagine? Nityananda Prabhu is speaking, after all he is Guru, Adi Guru. He is sitting and he is speaking. And Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Chaitanya is sitting as audience. And we have Srimati Radharani is one of the expansion, Gadadhar Pandit and others, all of them are sitting and hearing. And Nityananda Prabhu is narrating. Nityananda Prabhu started. Purve Vidyanagare Duita Brahmana Tirtha Kari Bare Duhe Karila Gamana. Previously in south, Purve, in the place called Vidyanagar, two Brahmanas, they started for a Yatra to different places, different holy places. And which all places they visited, there's a list that is given. They went to Gaya, from there they went to Kashi, then Prayagraj, and finally they came to Mathura. And after coming to Mathura Mandal, I mean Raja Mandal, they visited all the 12 forests of Raja Mandal. You all know the 12 forests of this place, Raja Mandal? Srila Prabhupada gives us the details. Prabhupada says, on the eastern side of Yamuna there are 5 forests. It's very glorious to recite the names of this forest. We all can repeat. The 5 forest names: Bhadravan, Bilvavan, Lohavan, Bhandirvan, and the 5th one is Mahavan. So this is on the eastern side of Yamuna. On the western side we have 7. And what are those 7? Madhuvan, Talvan, Kumudavan, Bahulavan, Kamyavan, Khadiravan, and Vrindavan. See, why I made you all recite these 12 names is because Jagannath likes these 12 names. So whenever a devotee reminds Jagannath about Vrindavan, he is very pleased. He will bless all those devotees. With that greed, I am sitting here today on Vyasasana to speak. If he speaks something about Vrindavan, he will bless. So in this way, these 2 Brahmanas, they went around all these 12 forests. Let me give you a little background about different deities in Vrindavan. Quiz. Rukmini and Krishna, when they got married, what was the name of the first child that they begot? Very nice, Pradyumna. Little more tougher question. Name of Pradyumna's son. You all are passing the exam. Little more tougher. Aniruddha's son. Batao. Aniruddha's son. Vajranav. Yes, Vajranav. So Vajranav is a great grandson of Krishna. And now this personality, Vajranav, in entire Brajamandal, he installed 16 deities, 16 deities. So he installed 4 devas in Vrindavan. What are these 4 devas? Shri Hari Deva at Govardhan, Shri Keshava Dev in Mathura, Shri Baladev or Dauji at Beldev, Govinda Dev in Vrindavan. So these are the 4 devas which he installed. There are 2 Naths which he installed in Vrindavan. One is Srinath. So Srinathji was there in Vrindavan. He was there at the top of Govardhan, installed by Vajranav. After that, it was Madhavendra Puri. Yes. And currently Srinathji is there in Nathadwara, not in Vrindavan. Second Nath, any guesses? Second Nath of Vrindavan. Gopinath. The Gopinath is the second deity. That is second Nath. So 4 devas and 2 Nathas. Then 4 Mahadevs he installed. 4 Mahadevs, Shivlingas. Chakleshwar Mahadev in Govardhan, Kameshwar Mahadev in Kamyavan, Bhuteshwar Mahadev in Mathura, Dash in Vrindavan. Gopeshwar Mahadev, yes, Gopeshwar Mahadev. Then he installed 4 Devis. One is Manasi Devi in Govardhan, Vrinda Devi in Kamyavan, Patala Devi at Mathura, and Yogamaya Devi at Vrindavan. So 4 Devis. So till now, I spoke about 4 Devas, 2 Nathas, 4 Mahadevas, and 4 Devis. And finally, 2 Gopals. One is Madan Gopal, which later on became Madan Mohan. Yes. And the second Gopal was just Gopal. And this Gopal is that Sakshi Gopal which we are talking about. So now this Gopal, deity, very very beautiful deity. So after visiting various different pastime places of Krishna, these 2 Brahmanas, they came to this Gopal Dev temple. And they stayed there for 2 to 4 days. Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami, through Nityananda Prabhu is speaking, Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami is documenting. And then it is described. Dui Vipra Madhyeka Vipra Vruddha Praya Ara Vipra Yuva Tara Karena Sahaya. So these 2 Brahmanas, one of them was old, elderly, senior citizen, and another one was from Youth Forum. He was young. So we had an old Brahmana, one young Brahmana, and the young Brahmana, he served the old Brahmana very nicely. And the old Brahmana was very pleased and very satisfied with the young one. Very happy. At that time, the old Brahmana, he said, Vipra bole tumi mora bahu seva kaila. Arey tumne bahut seva kiya mera. Bahut seva kiya. You did so much of service to me. Sahaya haya more tirtha karaila. And you are the one who have assisted me to travel all these different places of pilgrimage. And then he is expressing his heart and he says, Kritagnata haya tumaya na kaile sammana taiva tumaya ami diva kanyadana. You have done so much for me. If I don't show proper respect to you, it would be very ungrateful on my side. Therefore, I give you promise. What promise? Diva kanyadana. I'll give my daughter in charity to you. That's called Kanyadan. So I'll give my daughter in charity to you. What do you think the young boy, was he happy hearing that? He was like, Hari Bol, wonderful. इसी के लिए तो मैं सेवा कर रहा था तुम्हारी. So at that time, Chota Vipra, he said, Chota Vipra kahe shuna, Vipra Mahashay, असंभव कहे कि नहीं है. क्या बात कर रहे हैं, तो असंभव है. Not possible, this is not possible. अरे ऐसे क्यों कह रहे हो असंभव? Why is it not possible? At that time, Chota Vipra is saying. So we'll say Chota Vipra and Bada Vipra. It is very nice. He says, Kanyadana Patra mi nahai tumhara Krishna Pritiye Kari Tumhara Seva Vyavahara. What do you think? I was serving you because I knew that you had a daughter and I wanted your daughter in marriage. No. I was not serving you for this. For your information, I am not suitable bridegroom for your daughter. And more importantly, I was serving you because by serving you, Krishna will be pleased. Therefore, I was serving. And he continued, he said, Brahmana Sevaya Krishnera Priti Bada Haya Tahara Santoshe Bhakti Sampada Badaya. He said, Lord is very pleased. He is very pleased when the Brahmanas are served, when the senior Vaishnavas are served. And when Lord is pleased, one's opulence of bhakti increases. With that greed, I am serving you, O Brahmana, not for your daughter. I am happy as a brahmachari. Now see, there is a very important point to note here. Why is this Chota Vipra serving Bada Vipra? This Chota Vipra was very eager to advance in bhakti. And always remember one point, that we can advance in bhakti only when we receive their mercy. Only when Krishna showers his mercy, then we can advance in bhakti. There is no other way to advance in bhakti. No other way. We cannot force him. He is a transcendental autocrat. He will decide when to give mercy. But at the same time, he is Karuna Sindhu. So as soon as we do some service to him, he is very happy. But more than service to him, he is even more happy when we serve his devotees. Srila Prabhupada quotes, Mad Bhakta Pujabhyadika. It is better to render service to my devotees, Krishna is saying in Bhagavatam. And this is exactly what is the mood of our parampara, Gaudiya Vaishnava parampara. You will hear this from various acharyas if you read their writings. When you hear from senior devotees, they always make this point that we are not very keen and we don't want to directly serve Krishna. We are not very keen about that. Then what do you want to do? We want to serve the servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was asked, who are you? At that time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Naham Vipro na cha narapati, napi vaishyo na shudro, naham varni na cha grahapati, no vatarno vadhirva, kintu prodyan nikhala paramananda purnamritabhe, gopi bhartu padakamalayur das dasanudasa. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling, and he is giving that mood to all of us. He is saying, I am not a Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. I am not a Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi. Who are you? I am insignificant servant of the maintainer of gopis, Gopi Bhartuhu, that is Gopinath. So this is the mood that is given to all of us in our parampara. Therefore you will see that advanced devotees are more eager to serve other devotees than directly go close to the Lord and serve the Lord. We don't aspire for that direct service, but we aspire to serve the devotees, because when we serve the devotees, Krishna is very pleased. And when Krishna is very pleased, naturally the devotees advance in devotional service. And this secret was known by Chota Vipra. And with that mood he was serving Bada Vipra. So in this way, very nicely, this entire thing took place. At that time, the elderly Brahmana he spoke. Bada Vipra kahe tumi na kara samshay. Hey, why are you doubting my words? I said I'll give my daughter, means I'll give. Tumake kanya diba me karila nischay. I have decided I'll give my daughter to you in marriage. Again the young Brahmana said, Arey, nahi ho sakta hai. Not possible. See, your wife, your son, and your large circle of relatives and friends, wo kabhi nahi manenge. Ye kabhi anumati nahi denge shaadi ke liye. Never they will agree for this marriage. Never. And without the consent of your relatives, your friends, your family members, you cannot give your daughter in charity to anyone. And see, the best part is, these devotees, when they have some discussion, they'll quote Shastra. And this Chota Vipra, he quoted Shastra, that is Bhagavatam, and he said, you have not read in Bhagavatam? There was one person like you only, and his name was Bhishmaka. Bhishmaka had a daughter, and her name was Rukmini. Bhishmaka decided that I will give my daughter Rukmini to, someone said Shishupal? Krishna. Bhishmaka decided. But then the elder son of Bhishmaka, whose name was Rukmini, he said, nahi, ye gwal hai Krishna to. Hum to Raja hai. We will give our sister in marriage to Shishupal, the handsome hunk at that time. And what did Bhishmaka do? Bhishmaka was ready, I'll give my daughter to Krishna. But at that point, when he was forced by the family members, he was helpless and he got his daughter married. He thought that finally my daughter should be married to Shishupal. And who is quoting this? Chota Vipra is saying. You are also telling like that only, like Bhishmaka said. This is not going to happen. without the consent of your family members. So at that time, this was now the ego question. Then he said, Bada Vipra is speaking. Bada Vipra kahe, Kanya mora nija dhane dete, nishe dibe ko najan. My daughter is my wealth. I will decide whom to give and whom not to give. Who will come? Who will come on the path and say, no, you cannot do? She is my wealth, nija dhan, my dhan. And Chota Vipra said, Chota Vipra kahe jadi, Kanya dite mana, Gopalera age kahe satya vachana. You really want to give your daughter to me? Stand here. Look at Gopal. And you tell that you will give your daughter to me. So at that time, Bada Vipra, he came. He stood in front of Gopal. Gopalera age Vipra. Kahite lagila, tumi jana nija kanya ihare amidila. Hey Gopal, in front of you I am promising that I have given. He is not saying I will give. He is saying I have already given my daughter to this Chota Vipra. Already given. Now see, this Chota Vipra was very intelligent. After this, he is signing a pact with Gopal. See what he says. Chota Vipra bale Thakur, tumi mora Sakshi, tuma Sakshi bolai mo, jadi anyatha dekhi. At the right time, when it is needed, I will call you Gopal. You have to come. And if say Gopal asks him, why should I come? To give Sakshi, to give witness. You have to come. So now all this happened, both were sorted out. The matter is sorted out. And both went back to Vidyanagar. And even on the way also, Chota Vipra was serving Bada Vipra very happy. Both went back to their respective places. So now after going home, the elder Brahmana was in tension. बड़ा चीज बोल दिया गोपाल के सामने निज धन and this and that. Now he went and he was in tension. कैसे बोलूं मैं? How will I tell all my family members? But somehow I have to disclose. Somehow I have to disclose to my wife, my son, my relatives that I already given my daughter in charity to Chota Vipra. He called all the family members for a meeting. And somehow he told everyone, this is what I have done. What do you think? Everyone in the family congratulated? Everyone chastised. Budhao? Bina puche kaise diya? How did you promise? And everyone was disappointed, everyone. And then all the relatives started saying, if you get your daughter married to him, he is a low class Brahmana, we are high class Brahmana. If you get your daughter married to him, everyone in our community will laugh. Everyone. और हिंदी में कहते हैं ना, क्या मुंह दिखाएंगे हम लोगों को? Something like that. Yes. So at that time, he had to speak. See, he has to defend. He has promised in front of Gopal in Vrindavan. He has to speak. Vipra bale tirtha vakya ke mene kariyana ei hauka sei hauka amidiba kanyadana. See, I have promised. I cannot undo. There is no control Z. I cannot undo this promise. Come what may, I will give my daughter in charity to him. एकदम ऐसे कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ ही स्पीकिंग. At that time, others said, ज्ञाति लोक कहे मोरा तुमा के छाड़ीब, स्त्री पुत्र कहे विष खाइया मरीब. इसको कहते हैं इमोशनल ब्लैकमेल. All the relatives said, we will leave you, we'll never talk to you, मुंह भी नहीं देखेंगे तुम्हारा. And his own family members, his wife and his sons, they said, we will eat poison and die if you do this. Now the elderly Brahmana was in tension. धर्म संकट कहते हैं ना इसे. One side he has promised, He has promised Gopal that I have already given my daughter to this Brahmana, and now on the other side, his wife and kids they are saying will take poison and die. Now what will he do? So at that time the elder son he came and he was standing there. For your information, the elder son of the Brahmana was an atheist. So now he said, the elderly Brahmana he said, see, I have given my word in front of Gopal. He is the witness. And if I don't give my daughter in charity to that boy, that Brahmana, anyways he'll call Gopal as witness and he'll take away my daughter forcefully. And my dharma will be lost. So that time the atheist, his son, he came and he said, Putra bale pratima sakshi, sehadura deshe ke tumar sakshi dibe, chinta kari kese. Who? Gopal. And he is very far. We are in South India, he is in North India. And how can he bear witness? How can he come here? Why are you so much of tension, Papa? Just leave it. He is not going to come. And if others ask you about this, you just tell, I don't remember giving such promise. If say someone asks you, तुमने promise दिया था ऐसे? नहीं, मुझे तो याद नहीं है. इतना ही कहना है आपको, और कुछ नहीं कहना है. बाकी मैं संभाल लूंगा. I'll take care. Now the elder Brahmana was very agitated. We will not understand all this because we are now in 21st century. We give promise, we break promise. हम लोग फर्क नहीं पड़ता है. But these people were dharmic. Once they give the word, it means they have given, that's it. There's no question of taking the word back. So he was in tension. Literally he was in tension. Many of the Kali Yuga beings will not be able to connect with this pastime. इतना क्या tension है? छोड़ो, क्या promise to promise? तोड़ो promise को. Sometimes people say promises are made to break. This Kali Yuga sayings. But this old Brahmana, he was in tension. He was in great anxiety, and at that time he's calling out to Gopal from within and he's praying. Mora dharma raksha paya, namare nija jana, dui raksha kar Gopal, laino sharana. Hey Gopal, I take your shelter. See, you have to do two things. One is, you protect my promise. And second, you protect my family members, they shouldn't commit suicide. बेचारे भगवान भी क्या करे देखिए. Sometimes Lord might be in a fix, when we offer prayers. Prabhupada says, thief is praying that, oh Lord, today allow me to steal from this house without much tension. And the head of the family in that house is praying, oh Lord, please protect us, no thief should come here. And Prabhupada says, Lord is perplexed. One thing that all of us have to note is, in our day-to-day life, we might not have full control on all the situations that we might be going through. But one thing is very clear, Lord is in full control of all the situations that we are going through. He is Ishvara, we are not. We are chutku Ishvaras, a little bit here and there we think we are controlling. Others make us realize you are not controlling, we are controlling. But the fact is that whenever we are in a fix, we feel that the situation of checkmate that has happened in our life, just take shelter of the Lord, that's it. This is what the elder Brahmana is showing it to all of us. Just take shelter of the Lord. Many days passed, and the elder Brahmana was in tension, he was thinking what to do. And the young Brahmana, he was waiting. अभी तक रिश्ता लेके आए नहीं ये लोग. Promise तो कर दिया. When is it going to happen? So he himself came. Chota Vipra himself came. Bada Vipra is sitting. Everyday tension. He is sitting. Chota Vipra came. He paid Dandavat. Father-in-law Dandavat. He paid Dandavat. So after paying Dandavat, he said, तुम्ही मोरे कन्या दीते करी अच्छे अंगीकार के ए बे किच्छु नाही कह की तो मार विचार. क्या विचार क्या है आपका? कुछ बोल ही नहीं रहे शादी के बारे में. At that time, the elderly Brahmana was quiet. कुछ भी नहीं बोला उसने. It's quiet. And at that time, taking this as an opportunity, the son came. And he came with a stick in the hand. He came running ahead. And now this young Brahmana, he got scared and ran away out. He ran away from that place. And this son, the atheist, when he came out with the stick, he is saying, "Are Adhama, Mora Bhagini Chaha Vivahite." He is saying, "Adham, you want to marry my sister? Vamana Haya Chanda Jaina Chahata Dharite." You're like a dwarf and you want to catch the moon? Now seeing the stick in the hand, the young Brahmana ran. But see, young Brahmana also, he is thinking about dharma. Elder Brahmana has promised, he should fulfill his promise. He is not very keen about marriage. But then, they have this very important understanding, in Vedic culture, that when promise is made, it has to be fulfilled, or else the other person will suffer. So he was in tension that if he does not fulfill the promise, then that Brahmana has to suffer because of me, because I was serving him. So this was the tension that he had. Therefore, next day, he called all the villagers, all the head of that place. And in that meeting, he told everyone, this Brahmana, because that Brahmana was also called, this Brahmana, he promised me in Vrindavan that he has given his daughter to me in marriage. Please ask him why is he behaving like this now. He's not speaking anything. At that time, the elderly Brahmana was asked, क्या तुमने promise किया था? You know what he said? याद नहीं है. याद नहीं है. I don't remember. विप्र कहे सुन लोक मोर निवेदन कबे की बलियाछी मोर नाही का स्मरण नहीं आ रहा मुझे क्या मैं. And immediately at that time the elderly Brahmana's son, he came, the atheist fellow, and he said, I will tell you all what happened. This young Brahmana, he was keeping an eye on my father's bag, which was full of wealth. And one night, this person, he gave intoxicants to my father. And at that time, he stole away all the money. And now he is saying that my father has promised that to give daughter also. Look at him. And all the villagers started thinking, सच हो सकता है. पैसे के लिए कोई कुछ भी कर सकता है. So maybe it's possible. Now at this point of time, the young Brahmana, he finally said, तबे छोटा विप्र कहे, सुनो महाजन, ओ महाजन सुनिए, न्याय जिने बारे कहे असत्य वचन. Only to win the argument, he is telling all this, don't believe in him. Being satisfied with my service, I am telling you, this elderly Brahmana, he promised to give his daughter to me. I told him, I am not qualified bridegroom. You are so educated, you are so wealthy. I am uneducated, I don't have wealth. But still he was behind me. Nahi, lo, meri beti lo. He was behind me. And then he promised in front of Gopal. This gentleman, he promised in front of Gopal. And Gopal is the witness. And I had told Gopal, whenever needed, I'll call you for Sakshi. Please come. So suddenly at that time, Bada Vipra, he spoke the truth. And he said, Tabe Bada Vipra kahe, Ei Satya Katha. What he's saying is correct. But he put a condition. He said, Gopal jadi Sakshi dena apane ashi etha. If Gopal comes to give Sakshi, I'll give my daughter in marriage to him. Now this was a very big thing. So elderly Brahmana thought that he's such a nice boy. And naturally, Lord is very, very pleased, with all his devotees. Lord will surely come to give Sakshi. He had full confidence. And the atheist son who was there, he was fully confident, stone cannot move. And it is just stone, it's not some divine power or something. So at that time, the elderly Brahmana's son, he said, best. Papa, sahi kaha aapne. If this happens, I also agree. I also agree. But now when all this was happening at that time, Chota Vipra, little more intelligent fellow, he said, Chota Vipra bale, Patra karha likhana, punha jena nahi chale, ऐसा वचन. अभी लिख के दो तुम. ये सब नहीं चलेगा. अभी लिख के दो. Sign करो. तुम भी sign करो. तुम भी sign करो. Sign. Now in this way, they all wrote that if Gopal comes to give witness, we'll give our daughter in marriage to him. They both signed. And that patra was given to the superiors there, and it's all done. And now Chota Vipra started his yatra to Vrindavan. Look at the confidence of this devotee. I was very amazed when I read this pastime. When I reread this pastime, I always am amazed. How a devotee has so much of confidence. My Lord is there, He is listening to my prayers, and when I am in need, He will come. नहीं तो बोलिए ऐसा कौन जाएगा विद्यानगर साउथ इंडिया से नॉर्थ इंडिया if someone knows that Lord is not going to come, then how will someone go like that? This is a faith that devotees have. It's not just having deities at home. Yes, sometimes people say I have Radha Krishna at home, I have Gaurnita at home, but in front of same Radha Krishna, same Gaurnita, do you fight with your family members? Do you shout? It means you don't believe, you are an atheist then. If you really believe that Radha Krishna are personally present, if you really believe that, how will be your behavior in front of them? Tell me. एकदम चुप रहेंगे कि नहीं घर पे? Yes. Forget about Radha Krishna Gaurnita. Just imagine the Prime Minister of India is sitting in your house on sofa. How will you behave in front of एकदम चुपचाप यहाँ वहाँ घूमना? अगर कुछ जोर से कुछ गिरा, ए आवाज मत करो. हाँ, प्रभु जी बैठे बाहर, आवाज मत करो. Why? Because the personality is sitting there and he is a very, very celebrated personality. Similarly, when we have the lordships at home, doesn't matter, is it Patachitra or is it the 3D form of the Lord, the Archa Vigraha, it doesn't matter. They are present. And if we really have that faith, our behavior will also be like that in front of the Lord. Otherwise, we are just some Mayavadi or some atheist or something, not surely a devotee. Therefore, in Nectar of Devotion, Rupa Goswami lists down offenses. And in that, so many times Rupa Goswami has given this, speaking loudly in front of deities in offense, chastising others in front of deities in offense, calling out names in front of deities or glorifying someone else in front of deities in offense. Why? This is exactly how the behavior should be of a devotee in front of the deities. They are present personally. They are present personally. When this faith is there, at that time Lord will also reciprocate. And this Vipra, Chota Vipra, so much of faith. He walked all the way from Vidyanagar to Vrindavan. And then he went and directly is talking to Gopal. इसको कहते हैं confidence. मेरे भगवान है सामने या खड़े हैं, and I'll speak to him. He said, Brahmanya Deva Tumi Bada Dayamay. You are the master of all the Brahmanas, and you are very, very merciful. Dui Viprera Dharma Rakha Haya Sadaya. You now can actually protect the dharma of two Brahmanas. One me, Chota Vipra, and one Bado Vipra, who is there in Vidyanagar. Kanya Papa Mora Mane. Iya Nai Sukha. Hey Gopal, don't think that I want that girl. No, not like that. Brahmanera Pratigya Jai Ei Bada Dukha. My dukkha is not that I'll not get that girl. But my dukkha is that the devotee, that young Brahmana, that old Brahmana, he will not be able to follow his dharma. So this was the anxiety that person had. The one point that all of us have to remember is honesty is very, very important to progress on the path of bhakti. truthfulness, following of dharma. One of the pillar of dharma is satya. This is a very, very important pillar which we need to follow. It doesn't mean, if we chant 16 rounds, doesn't mean that we can speak anything and everything false. No. Lord will not be pleased. Lord will not be pleased. So at this point of time, the young Brahmana, he said something very nice. He said, Eto jani tumi sakshi, deho daya mai, jani sakshi nahi deha, tara papa hai. When I read this shloka, I was laughing like anything. You know what he's saying? He's saying, you are very merciful and you know everything. Therefore, you become sakshi. And Gopal, let me tell you, that person who knows things as they are, still when he does not bear witness, he will be involved in sinful activities. Look at that sweet relation which this devotee has with the Lord. Such a sweet relation. Now hearing all this, Gopal spoke. Gopal said, Krishna kahe Vipra, tumi jaha svabhavane, sabha kari more tumi kariya smarane. Hey, you go back to Vidyanagar and in front of everyone there you just remember me, I will come. I'll give witness. And at that time the young Brahmana said, no, this will not work. There, even if you appear in your 400 forms, Shankh, Chakra, Gada, Padma, people will not believe. You only have to come as you are. You come and you give witness. Then Krishna spoke again. Krishna kahe pratima chale, kotha na shuni. Krishna is saying that I have never heard deity moves. Viprabale pratima haya kaha ke nevani. That's true. And also I have never heard any deity speaking. If the deity can speak, deity can walk also. Hey, 45 you have to leave, no? I've been told 45. Yeah. No, 4:45.
30 buses aligned road. 1 hour.
Khada ho gaya? So we're supposed to leave now? Oh, wrong coordination this is. Okay. So they're saying the buses are lined up. I was told till 4:45 we have class. I will quickly summarize. So finally the Gopal, he said, okay, I'm coming. But Gopal said that you keep moving, I'll be walking behind you. And my pile sound you'll hear. You don't look back. And every day you offer me 1 kg of rice. But you don't look back. Keep walking. So they started walking and he was able to hear the sound also. He was very happy our Lord is following. Finally when he came outside Vidyanagar, so at that time he thought, now see, I've already come in the outskirts of the place. And everyone is waiting and I'll go and tell them that Lord has come. So even if Lord stops here, there is no problem. I'll call them out. And with that confidence he turned. When he turned, he saw the Supreme Personality of Godhead standing there to give Sakshi. And full confidence, he went, Aao tum log jaake dekho. Come, Gopal has come to give Sakshi. And in front of everyone, it is described that Gopal gave Sakshi that whatever the Chota Vipra is saying is correct. Bada Vipra was very happy. And the son of the Bada Vipra, I don't know what was the situation. But since it was in writing now, so yes, they got him married. They got the girl married to this Brahmana. And at that time, the Lord said, Duhara Satya Tushta Hailan Duhe Magavara Dui Vipra Mage Ananda Antara. I am very much pleased with both of you, Lord is saying. I am very much pleased. I am very much pleased by the Satya Vachan of both of you. So Lord is pleased by the truthfulness of the devotee. And at that time Lord asked, Batao kya chahiye tumhe? What is the benediction that you want? And you know what those two devotees asked? Oh Lord, you please remain here so that in future devotees from Whitefield will come. to take your darshan. Oh Lord, you please remain here so people from all over, they can come and take your darshan. And Lord said, Tathastu. Therefore, Lord is waiting for all of us to give his darshan. Just one last point. ये सब डिस्कशन तो विद्यानगर का है ना, हम तो ओडिशा में हैं। तो साक्षी गोपाल वहां से यहां कैसे आए? So Sakshi Gopal was in Vidyanagar. There was a king called Purushottam Dev. So Purushottam Dev, he had a fight, with the king of that place, Vidyanagar. So he got, after winning that war, he got Sakshi Gopal to Cuttack. And when this king, he shifted to Puri, he got the deity also with him and he installed the deity in the premises of Jagannath temple. But there was something called Prema Kalaha that took place. Jagannath came in the dream of the pujari and he said, इस साक्षी गोपाल को हटाइए यहाँ से, ये सारे लड्डू खा रहा है मेरे, हटाओ इसको यहाँ से. So at that time, from the temple of Jagannath premises, then this deity was taken to that place which all of us are going to go now. So this is all from Vidyanagar. Lord has come here to give us darshan. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Sakshi Gopal ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki. Okay, some 2 points. See there, please hear. One thing is, at least